Today, we become legends.
Hey, my name's Inter, and welcome back to the channel for the Khali gameplay reveal that he just did on the Titan Talk. Going to be going over her kit in-game, her plus ones, her new model. Well, not new model, but some model changes that she got coming into Smite 2. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right in, check her out.
Let's kick things off with Khali, and as I get everything set up, Pon, do you want to give us the TLDR on Khali and Smite 2 and how she's going to look as I get things ready?
Yeah, so Khali is the traditional chainsaw assassin, the one that you want to build a chins on. Just auto attack a ton. And yeah, we wanted to bring her over. We have a lot of cool things to make her feel a bit better.
There she is.
So the first biggest thing is that she's actually a hybrid scaler as well. So she has a ability playstyle path focusing on intelligence.
Yep.
And she has her in-hand focus style focus on strength and attack speed. So that's the first thing you'll notice about her is if you want to do more ability damage, you're going to go more intelligence. If you're going to go more in-hand, you're going to go strength. And to facilitate the fact that you want to do some ability damage, she only has really 2 damaging abilities. Her ult does damage, but her 3 hasn't done damage before. It now does deal damage with a new feature on her passive called Rupture. So I don't know if we're in game and we can see.
We are. Yes.
So you can see the little circles underneath the character. As you deal auto attack damage, as you hit people with your 2, as you hit people with your first ability, you'll gain these stacks on targets, and then you can consume them with your 3 to do a burst of damage, and you get a burst of healing based off that as well. So you kind of siphon off these rupture stacks off your targets and do quite a big burst of damage. This is good for you if you just want sustain, as you can build it up, sustain yourself. But if you actually go pure intelligence scaling, this thing can chunk.
Oh yeah. So you called it out, intelligence scaling. So she's going to be hybrid scaling, correct, Pon?
Yes, hybrid scaling. Yeah, so we got the full-on hybrid scaling treatment. Her abilities have mixed...
Yeah, that's interesting, man. I mean, like, I don't know if that's going to be viable. That to me, it's just got the feeling of, like, I don't think int-based, ability-based Khali is going to be viable without, like, some major reworking to her kit, which it looks like they haven't done. It looks like her kit's going to be mostly the same. I don't know if that's going to be viable or not, but, you know, maybe it'll be a cool little alternative path that you can maybe try out. I don't have a lot of faith that ability-based in Khali is going to be any good whatsoever, but, you know, regular Khali is probably going to be pretty scary, and that'll probably be enough, to be honest. I don't think you need multiple ways for Khali to absolutely tear through. You should probably be pretty OP on release, I imagine.
Scaling, depending on what we want to focus on for that specific ability. Her healing and her 3 damage are more in focus, whereas if you're going to go more in hand on her, we know that she has an attack chain that's really good for that. So her strength scalings are about what you expect to see. They're not really crazy high because she gets all that stuff from like chin size, which actually we'll get into. Chin size might not be your fault anymore.
They're doing the big specialization pass this time. I'll be covering everything else that's being discussed on the Titan Talk about the patch in terms of like the balance changes, the new objectives. I think they're going to be showing God Builder as well. I'm not entirely sure on that. I'll be covering all the rest of that in a video coming out shortly after this one, but I just wanted to get Khali out there.
But yeah, she has the overall core of her kit is very much the same from Smite 1 to Smite 2 in regards to you want to mark your target with your passive, you want to try and jump on them, get the kill on them to get the big burst of heal and the bonus gold. Your 1, you can leap on low health targets, get a heal. Your 3, you can still stun, and it still gives you strength and intelligence now. You can see that we have the target selection to select the target as well. So all that stuff that you know and love from Khali is still there, but this extra rupture mechanic on top of what we had before just adds an extra layer of different playstyle to her and gives her an extra reward to shoot for when she's like fighting on target. So the biggest thing to note is if you 2-1 someone, your 2, each projectile will give 1 stack of Rupture, and your 1 will immediately give 3. So you can actually really quickly stack this up to burst. So if you're going to go all in on someone, that's kind of your all-in committal tool.
2, 1, 3 to consume those stacks of Rupture. Yeah.
And then the red indicates your target.
Yes, the red pip.
That's going to be kind of weird, man, because normally with Khali, at least in Smite 1 anyway, you would initiate with the stun. You know, you would blink in and stun, or you would jump on them and then also cancel immediately into the stun so that you could get like the follow-up blades or more air cancels. So it's going to be kind of interesting, you know, probably with regular Khali, you'll still play that way, but maybe if you're going for this more like int-based Khali or something like that, you might want to actually initiate with other stuff and then stun afterwards.
Which this is all, and we should mention this. This is still some stuff is temp. So I know, for example, in this version, the 2 projectile, the middle ones looks a little bit weird. We still need some art paths on some of the things. I believe she has some new artwork coming in as well, which isn't representative on the screen.
Yeah, her card art. This is the old card art. She does have new card art with her tongue out and red eyes. So
yes,
and we'll have that to look forward to, chat.
And as chat has mentioned, she does have a skull instead of these traditional incense, and she does have skull necklaces, which is going to be hard for you to see in this point of view. But you can see the skull incense holder.
Yeah, there's also she also doesn't have high heels anymore, which was a weird thing about the old model.
Yeah.
And if you back, you can like see the front of her. She also now has like abs. She doesn't have like cloth over her middle. So
that's
lots
also
of
nice.
lots of model tweaks as well there, which is really cool. Just one other small subtle thing is the ult also now ticks a lot faster. That's
nice.
also because you apply rupture stacks with each tick, so it's a really good way to build that up. It also fixes like this is a small micro pet peeve that I had, which was as you rank it up, the duration gets longer, but because the tick rate was bigger than the duration you got, you actually like didn't get the full amount of ticks based off the duration extending. So now that actually maps. So every single rank you upgrade, you'll get an extra tick functionally.
I like that, man.
So
The
just a
faster
nice
ticking.
touch
That's
there,
good.
but, yep, Khali coming to Smite 2. I think the int build especially has been a lot of fun to try, and you just kind of dive into the middle of the team, pop your ult, and then try and siphon as many people and just do a huge burst of damage. And it also makes your healing really, really good as well.
For sure.
Yeah, she has been doing really well in our
Yes.
playtest on a variety of builds, right? Like,
Yes.
I've seen crit Khali, I've seen on-hit Khali, I've seen int Khali, and like they all have their own unique twist on how you play her, but they all work.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's been really cool to see. I think that she's been a very successful character so far.
She's probably a little strong in our tests.
Oh, maybe a little strong right now. The other thing, the one design change I will note
Oh, yes.
is that, you want to talk about it? Go for it.
Yeah, so one change that we had in Smite 1, towards the end of Smite 1, where we had Khali get the ability to select a target with her leap.
Yes.
That's one that we know there's feedback on Khali and target selection, and especially like in the middle of a fight where it's really hard to like change your target because you need it back to base, or it might select someone you don't want. There was an effort to make it so that it was more accessible to select a target. But that does have its own downside path of sometimes you leap onto a target, you clip the edge of the support that is full health, and now instead of chasing down your kill target, you've completely swapped it. So we made the decision to remove that functionality. So now it is back to the traditional sense of you have your kill target. When you kill your kill target, the next closest target becomes that. You can back to base to interact to be able to select your new target. So instead of a targeter popping up, you have the interact functionality. And we are looking at ways to improve that because it is something that, like, when we added that to Smite 1, it was to solve a specific problem, which is it can feel really hard to actually select a new target, but it has its own set of side problems that we need to resolve as well. So we're going to look for ways to improve that still. So going forward, we're going to continue to look at ways to do that. But just coming into Smite 2, that functionality is not there.
Yes, so correct. So
Okay.
for the
I think
TLDR,
that
that
probably
Smite
makes
1
sense.
changed to where you could change your targets by leaping on them. This is not in Smite 2.
Correct.
Yeah, and she, she still has her stun. She still has.
I love the faster
she's still
ticking on
Khali
the
you
ult,
know and
man.
love.
That
Not
looks
like,
good.
I guess original Khali was a little bit different.
See,
But-
that's my OG Khali. That's the one that I played way back
Yeah.
in the day. And actually, it's kind of funny because it does harken back a little bit to that old design because her old 3 used to be purely a siphon. And she had ways that when she hit people with her 2, she could stim her with her 1 to make her 2 bleed, to then 3 consume it. That loop was also like a little bit weird to get rolling as well. But we kind of brought that back in this version while keeping the things that people like about current Khali with the stun and just the chainsaw playstyle.
Yeah, I think the like int-based like ability Khali kind of stuff, like that is really kind of taking back a little bit of her original design. She was ability-based in her original design. Her ultimate would hit a lot harder, and then she had a lot of other ways to do like high ability damage, and then when they reworked her, she became an auto-attack assassin. And so hopefully in an ideal world, the int-based ability build will be viable, and then, you've got those 2 play styles kind of there. Maybe the aspect could even lean more into that or something. And then you can actually do that. You can do int-based ability-based Khali, and then you've also got regular Shredder Khali, like you all know and sometimes love. In an ideal world, both of those will be viable, but I don't think I have a whole lot of faith in the int-based ability build. Like, I don't think that's going to be particularly good. But honestly, like, just Khali in general, just Smite 1 Khali, she builds kin size, and in Smite 2, Braggy's Harp and other on-hit items. She's going to be a menace, probably. They've said she's been strong in the playtest. They tend to release God's OP, and if Khali's even a little bit OP, she completely takes over the game because she can just, like, 1v5 so easily. So, yeah, she's probably going to be a little bit scary, with that double 0.5 hit chain with on-hit items like Braggy's and kin size. Kin's is going to get a change in this update, but I think she's probably going to be pretty scary in regards to just, like, that regular stuff. So, hopefully the int-based build isn't also, like, scary.
She feels really good.
And I'll say, there are some people in chat who are like, why Khali? Why did you pick this god? And I think that the 2 key reasons are that we do not have a real auto attack jungler in the game right now.
Correct.
And we wanted to get a real auto attack focused jungler in the game.
Yep.
I think Nemesis can be, but
Yeah.
she's kind of a little bit more of a mix, I would say. And Khali has also just always been an iconic character. She's been, obviously she's one of the best known gods in the game.
Yeah.
A lot of people like picking her up as a first character, and she's just kind of one of those iconic Smite characters, right? But I think from a gameplay perspective, we felt like we needed the auto attack jungler in the game, which is why she was prioritized.
Sweet. Well, that is Khali. I'm going to keep us moving here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, we did need an auto-attack assassin. There's Nemesis, but she kind of can play as an auto-attack assassin, but not really in the traditional sense. She's more of like an AA canceller a lot of the time. That's usually the best way to play Nem. And then what were your other options? Like Mercury? I would have preferred Mercury personally, but I'm pretty sure he's way less popular than Khali. And then you've got like Arachne and Bakasura. I'd probably legit rather have Khali than those two, to be honest. There's not really a great pickings in the auto-attack jungler section. So honestly, Khali is probably like the second best one of those to bring in my opinion. I would have preferred Mercury personally, but probably a lot more people would prefer Khali. I'm pretty sure she's way more popular than Mercury is. But yeah, that's her in-game. The full in-game showcase. She's got the +1 like Rupture mechanic. She's got some hybrid scaling, maybe like a potential in-base build that could be good. Who knows? Some faster ticking on the ult, the 3 like being able to do damage now and heal you and stuff like that. Pretty cool. They'll probably flash test her tomorrow or Wednesday, I imagine. I'm pretty sure that's when they said the flash tests were going to be for the OB8 update. And obviously there's a bunch of other stuff coming in this update as well that I'll be covering in a video coming out soon for the rest of the Titan Talk, all the other stuff they're revealing. But I just wanted to get Khali's ability gameplay showcase out there as quick as possible. What do you think of her though? Do you like her in general? Are you happy that she's coming to the game? Are you fearful for how overpowered she's going to be? I know I certainly am. Let me know down below and I'll catch you guys for another one later on. Have a great day and peace out, you nerds.